Good morning everybody. It is Saturday the 4th of October and time for the Basingstoke and District Ploughing match. Now Mother Nature, along with Storm Amy, has done her best to try and disrupt proceedings. That rain last night was something else, but we still have the arse end of Storm Amy blowing some pretty strong winds about. But it's sunny for now. There are some grey old clouds about. But yeah, as you know, I didn't get Molly the Major here this year, which is sad because the classes look quite good. But yes, I'm here. I will do some videoing, maybe chat with a few people. They're not too camera shy, and go from there. So come along with me and we'll see what we can do. If you want to come along, it's at Bradley Farm at Micheldever. Although the signposts coming from Basingstoke take you into Ploughing Farm, but that's just for tractors, and try as I might, I could not get up the field headland. It was too wet, so I had to come back out and come back down a little bit further on, do a U-turn at the Woodmancote turning and come back up the A33, and it's signposted from there. A little bit slippery getting in the field, but we got parked up and here we are. So I'll talk to you guys later. Well, considering how much rain we had last night, this old ground ain't looking too bad. I mean, okay, yes, it's very, very stony, so it'll drain well anyway. It's part of the farm we've been working on this week. Stockpiling the sewage cake, and we've managed to get on that bit of ground not too bad, even when it rained yesterday up to a point. But yeah, it's the sun's dried it out, the wind has definitely dried it out, and the vintage boys seem to be making a fairly good job of it. I can see my old mates Malcolm in the Massey 362 here, and Gerald in the 178, I think it is, a little bit further up. I think his brother Robbie should be here somewhere, but I can't see him yet. Some more vintage over there. It looks like today the reversible classes are going to be in the field across. There's the trade stands. I'll have a look around those in a moment. With one omission, as I said in my video the other day, Mr. Michael Carwood. But the car park's pretty good turned out. There's normally quite a few spectators, but as you can see, reversible classes are up over there. And how many people are going to ask, where's your bloody tractor today? You know it's going to happen, don't you? But anyway, crack on up here and I'll get as much footage as I can. But you know what I'm like, once I start talking, that's it, I forget about filming. Catch you in a bit. I was just talking to my good friend Stoneman over there, who's having a go on this one. This is his ground here, but now he's done his turns, he's having to match up to this ploughing here. Now unfortunately, I hope you can hear me over the wind, unfortunately there is a bit of a kink in this ploughing, and so of course what Malcolm now needs to do, he needs to measure up so that he can plough in a certain way that he finishes up level, but he's having to measure it several ways because that's not going to be easy to do. Malcolm's a good lad, I've known him many years. He used to be a farm mechanic I worked on, and there isn't much, in all fairness, he doesn't know about tractors. Really lovely guy, lovely family, him and his wife Gillian, and their son Barry has got a really good village shop, Cup Calf in South Hornborough, which if you want a damn decent breakfast, I should go and visit them there. That is Malcolm's pride and joy, Massey 362, and yeah, being a mechanic, it's impeccably looked after. He's had it for years and he knows what he's doing. I've never known in my history on the farm a guy with such a tidy toolbox. He spent more time polishing his spanners than he did using them, and he used them a hell of a lot. So, but that's just the standard of workmanship that he expected from other people. So, Anyway, let's have a look around and see who else is doing one. Looks like there's 2 or 3 Fordson majors here today. They all put Molly to shame. They're in much better condition than her, so maybe my not bringing her today might have been in the lap of the gods, and a good thing all round. But I'm going to shut up now and just listen to what made me fall in love with a Fordson major in the first place, and just the sound of that engine. There, that's just an old quirky thing that I love to see, is the dinner bag hanging off the air cleaner. You can imagine them doing that 60-70 years ago, can't you? Here's another good mate of mine, Mr. Gerald Payne. Just had a quick chat to him about the tractor run that I'm trying to organise for the end of November. He's hoping to get involved in that, although he can't make tonight's meeting. But Gerald's got quite a good plot here. At least he's turned up his brother Robert. If you're watching this, Mr. Payne, you must be a fair weather ploughman then, because you ain't got a cab, you didn't bother coming today. But yeah, I mean, it's fair enough. I probably thought twice about it if I was bringing Molly, to be honest, but I was right. The first question, where's your bloody tractor then, just came out of Gerald's mouth. So I had to explain the ins and outs of a duck's ass as to why it wasn't here. But let's just have a quiet moment, listen to this lovely Massey in the background. You can hear that major again. You can't beat the sound of a major. And let's see what Gerald can do. And again, apologies for the wind. I don't know which way the microphone's pointing, so 50-mile-an-hour winds from Amy, you can't really get out of it. But anyway, let's listen to the ploughing. Watch what's going on. I'm hoping this walking backwards isn't going to go bang on me. Let's go out over to years. Gerald used to run a John Deere, I think it was a 2130, but then I think he may have used Massey's when he worked for Mr. Crosby Dawson up at Overton, so that's why he went and bought this old beast. And it seems to be a nice machine. I think he's had it about a year or two, maybe, no longer than that. Better sight on a Saturday morning in October than seeing all these general public coming in to learn about farming, not believing the hype they read in the papers, actually coming out, talking to the people that are in the industry, and the people that are in the industry coming out for a bit of pleasure after a hard harvest, getting together, the countryside coming alive. You can't beat it. There is another ploughing match in Binsted tomorrow, to the other side of Alton, or the Binsted Club. Where it is, I don't know. I will try and find out and post on here. If you know where it is, then please post in the comments. But yeah, lovely day in the heart of Hampshire. This chap coming up here is a guy called Rob Parrish. Most of you will know Rob if you're in the industry. Known Rob a long time. He's a Leyland man, hence why he's got a Nuffield, and I believe, I will clarify my facts, but I believe this Nuffield was on his granddad's farm from new. They did an engine change not long after they had it, but it's been on the farm since, and in the parish possession since about 1952. And this will be another question, where's your tractor? But if this guy is due, he's always said to me, you find yourself a tractor, you can borrow one of my ploughs. He's a good lad, is Rob. handsome bugger as well. And if you can see that, I'm filming into the sunshine. There's a lovely standard Fordson there. But if you zoom in, you've got iron wheels, so I guess needed to drive that here today. But it's lovely to see this old stuff still working with a trail plough. I guess that's probably late 20s, early 30s, might even be earlier. I'm sure someone could correct me if I'm wrong. We're up in the top field now in the reversible classes. This gentleman up here, if you followed my Memories of Farming in Hampshire Facebook page, you'll see some videos of this chap, a guy called Pete White. And unless you're exceptionally good, there isn't anyone who's going to beat this man today. He worked for Dummerdown Farms, used to have a county, and that plough that he's got on the back there is a 1971 Lemkin with a mechanical turnover, and it was on the farm from new. And when they decided to go minimum tillage, they were going to scrap it. So he took the plough off of them and did it up, and he's used it in ploughing matches ever since. He used to pull it with the farm's case 956XL, which is like what, 95, maybe boosted up to 103 horsepower, and then he managed to find this county 1174, which he's done a nut and bolt restoration on, and yeah, shows people what he can do at most ploughing matches during the season. Lovely old boy. I remember when I used to go to ploughing matches and take part 30 odd years ago, there used to be myself, him, and a guy with a standard Fordson called Kenny Freeman. And at most Basingstoke ploughing matches there used to be rather a good beer tent. I don't think I need to say anymore. We've been in some proper states. But he's a lovely old boy, Pete. Lovely old boy. One of the last country characters about. Over this side we've got a Marshall, a bit yellow. Going across here, there's another county over there being operated by a guy called Brian White from Crondall, just the other side of Odium. He's got an array of different tractors that he brings to ploughing matches. Up until recently he used to bring the one he uses on the farm every day with an over 697 semi-mounted plough, same as I used to use at Butler's, but now he's got this beast restored and up and running. He comes here and uses that. Behind him is a guy called Kevin Alexander from Odium. He bought that John Deere 20 years ago now, I'm guessing, purely for match ploughing. The ploughs that him and his boy use, who is the truck John Deere behind him, I think that's Jamie, I can never remember the names. I know he's got a boy called John who's currently doing the American Harvest, which is something I'd always wanted to do. But yeah, those guys, through the tuition of Kevin, his boys are probably a couple of the best young ploughmen around, and Kevin certainly knows his stuff. There goes Brian, he's off to measure the last bit so he can work out how to do his finish, because things are going to be coming to a close here soon. I don't know what time the knock-off time is, but there we go. There are the beautiful views of the Basingstoke ploughing match. Just to give you some perspective, where I was videoing the other day walking across to get the digger is literally just the other side of those trees. So yeah, lovely day. I've said it before, if windy, extremely windy in beautiful Hampshire. I just had a quick chat with Brian here. He's just done some measurements on the plot, made some adjustments to the front furrow with his plough. Yeah, he's going to go back in there, see if the adjustments have worked properly, and see if he can measure up his plot correctly to the last furrow. Like I say, this county tractor we've got is a lovely bit of kit, one of his vintage collection. In fact, you'll see some of his vintage collection, including this one, in my video of the Tracks Across the Field rally back in August. But talking of videos, if you do like these videos, don't forget to like and subscribe, which helps the channel some more adjustments needed. Anyway, I won't hinder him any longer. I'll let him crack on and go from there. Can't go to a ploughing match without a measuring stick. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed this short little video about the Basingstoke district ploughing match. Like I say, if anyone on here knows where the Minstead one is tomorrow, then leave a message in the comments. Cool, look at the size of my face. I'm going to the vintage section again, as I need to chat to a guy who is interested in bringing a few tractors to the tractor run in Overton on 29th of November to mark the end of the the Overton Village Festival. So hopefully we're going to be able to sort something out for that. There's another couple of guys here, Peter and Colin Harfield, who I in fact bought the major from. So we're all meeting up tonight over a pint, of course. I'll try and sort that out, but I need to go and have a chat with this Graham, who I haven't met before, but apparently we're one of the only daft buggers out here today still wearing shorts. And there we go, we've got to hang on to the summer as long as we can. So I think I'll leave the video here, guys. Hope you enjoy it. Like I say, like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the footage, and yeah, more trials and tribulations next week. Take care now.